Tom Hamilton with the call, courtesy of WTAM.
Swung and blasted. Deep left field. At the wall, leaping. Delmonico can't make the catch. This ball's out of here into the White Sox bullpen, and he's done it again. Edwin Encarnacion with number 33.
The Oakland A's won 20 in a row in 2002. The all-time baseball record is 26 by the 1916 New York Giants. The Tribe will be looking for number 16 tonight when they return home to take on the Baltimore Orioles. First pitch from Progressive Field is 7:10 on Sports Time Ohio. Last night was opening night for the NFL as the defending champion New England Patriots received their rings and then received a butt-kicking courtesy of the Kansas City Chiefs. The final was 42-27 with rookie Toledo product Kareem Hunt recovering after he lost a fumble on his first NFL carry for a remarkable 148 yards on 17 carries and 98 yards on 5 catches to go along with his 3 touchdowns. The rest of the regular season starts Sunday. The Cleveland Browns will host the rival Steelers, and the Cincinnati Bengals do battle at home with the Baltimore Ravens. Both games are at 1 o'clock on CBS. Last night, the inaugural Ohio Media School Madden Tournament took place, and congratulations to champion Robert Morris, who took his beloved Steelers all the way to the title. Make sure to follow Next Level Education on Twitch for more great gaming content. And finally, the number 2 ranked Buckeyes will welcome the number 5 Oklahoma Sooners to the Horseshoe on Saturday. The Sooners are looking to repay the favor from last year as Ohio State went into Norman and trounced the Sooners 45-24. Kickoff is 7:30 on ABC. For all the latest scores, news, and highlights, keep it locked right here on the new generation of Sports Talk Radio. ScoreOnAir.com, The Score.
This is Bob McElligott, the radio voice of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and you're listening to the new generation of Sports Talk Radio. ScoreOnAir.com, The Score.
Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School.
Are you a sports fan? Do you have a mobile phone? Great, that's all you need to stay up to date with ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio, with original talk shows starting every 2 hours, covering every sport from every angle.
From basketball
to hockey
to martial arts.
Fantasy football.
We cover all Ohio sports. Just go to ScoreOnAir.com or download the TuneIn Radio app and search Score On Air. You'll be part of the action in no time. Whether you're stuck in traffic, at the grocery store, studying at the library, anywhere for that matter. Tune in anytime to get your sports fix. Follow us on social media or go to ScoreOnAir.com for even more original content, including play-by-play of local high school and college games, sports articles, and podcasts. ScoreOnAir.com is your home for the best analysis, coverage, and lukewarm sports takes. The best part, we're broadcasting live right here in Columbus.
OH.
ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio.
The Score.
This is Bob McElligott, the radio voice of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and you're listening to the new generation of Sports Talk Radio. ScoreOnAir.com, The Score.
Picked off. Look out. Gets past Manning, and it's Tracy Porter taking it all the way. Touchdown, Marlins. Lewis gets it to LeBron for 3 for the win. Yes! LeBron James at the buzzer. Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Let's go!
And what's up, everybody? We are back and we are live. This is More Dhume on Sports, Week 3. More Dhume on Sports on ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio. I am your host, Kevin Moore, and my co-host over here,
as always, Brandon Dhume.
And I am proud to announce we have a special guest on here. He calls himself the fantasy football doctor, We have him talking some fantasy football with us today. Tell us a little bit about what you do, man. How you got such an expert in fantasy football?
Man, let me tell you how far I go back. I'm not trying to tell you, nevertheless. Man, they call me the fantasy football doctor because I'm here to try to help you keep your squad alive through the whole season. I've been doing fantasy football for quite some time. Basically way back when we used to keep stats using the USA Today newspaper, and every Tuesday we used to go ahead and tally up all the scores, and usually I used to come out as the winner. But nevertheless, hey, Kev, just appreciate you guys for allowing me to be on this to talk what I love to do, fantasy football.
Hey, well, we appreciate having you on. Thank you so much for that. So since we got you on here, let's go ahead and talk some fantasy football.
Okay.
All right.
You have his mic on?
Yeah, this mic.
That one.
Doom, go ahead and get us started for the fantasy football real quick.
We're going to talk some fantasy football. Start with players to start week 2, players not to start in week 2. The first game coming up on Thursday the 14th, tomorrow, Houston at Cincinnati. If we got his mic on. Mic 4. All right, well. Houston at Cincinnati. Cincinnati doesn't really have many players you should pick up on fantasy, right? Tyler Eifert, if he's healthy.
Right. Yeah. Houston. But I still like Hopkins in this matchup. I really do, because right now with Cincinnati having their issue with their offensive line or defensive lineman, so I like Hopkins. I really he's my sleeper. He's no one that I'm still gonna be like over exaggerating, like, oh, I gotta start him this week. But he's my sleeper right now. Now you got a change of quarterback right now. I like Hopkins.
Okay. Doom, got anything else you want to add to that? You guys are the fantasy experts here. They both do fantasy football.
I don't know if I'm as much as an expert as the fantasy football doctor.
All right, well, we got one expert and one really good fantasy guy, and then one guy who's just, hosting the show and letting them talk. That's what I'm doing.
I won my league 1 year. I don't know if that would qualify me as really good at fantasy.
That's good. Lawrence, you win every year in your league?
I'm not going to say every year, but pretty much I'm going to say every other. I'm usually in like 4 or 5 leagues. So generally I have a good winning ratio throughout my tenure. But however, back to the Texans and the Bengals game, unless Andy Dalton get himself together, I like the wide receivers on both ends. I like AJ Green also. I'm not too sold out on either running backs. Definitely Lamar Miller. I'm not sold out on him, and definitely all the 2 running backs in Mixon. I know he's the rookie right now. There's a lot of hype. I still like the hype, but not for this game.
I don't trust Cincinnati's running backs either.
I don't trust them.
I don't trust anything Cincinnati does. Nothing.
See, I like that you brought up AJ Green because I have drafted him before, but this year, I don't know if the first game is going to be like.
It was Baltimore. I think Baltimore's defense is as close. I'm not going to say like them. I'm going to say as close. They are close to the 2000 Ravens when they had Ray Lewis. That's how good they are right about now. I don't think that was no fluke.
You think they're that good?
I think they're that good. Pick them up.
Or are the Bengals that bad?
I think they're that good.
Okay.
I like their defense a lot, and the Ravens have always been known as a defensive-minded team. Yeah. But this ain't them Ray Lewis days.
Man. Keyword. I'm not saying they compare. They're like them, but they're they're gonna win a lot more ball games on defense than offense. I would say that, and that's how the Ray Lewis 2000 was. They won a lot of games on defense than offense. And guess who was the quarterback then? Joe Bad Back Flacco.
Bad Back Flacco. Speaking of Joe Flacco,
his mustache.
What?
Have you seen the Joe Flacco mustache?
I've seen the Aaron Rodgers mustache, and it is glorious.
Joe Flacco is the worst.
Speaking of Joe Flacco and the Ravens, I believe they're one of the many games that start at 1 p.m. on Sunday. They play at home against Cleveland. I have West.
Terrence West, I can see it. I like him. I like him all the way.
I have drafted Isaiah Crowell before. He's good for maybe 7-10 points minimum.
I'm gonna give you a 5 to 7 for this week. Once again, their linebacker and defensive line is very stout. I don't see a lot of running room for Isaiah Crowell, and they're gonna force the rookie quarterback to throw the ball, and I don't think they want that right about now. But on the offensive side, I like Buck Allen. He's the new Danny Woodhead, because now Danny Woodhead is out for about 4 to 6 weeks with that hamstring. See, and that concerns me because I drafted him, and he was my sleeper, and he, after the fifth catch, all of a sudden he goes down with a hamstring, and usually you just don't come back off of a hamstring injury. So therefore, you got Buck Allen. I like him. I like him in this matchup.
So you're talking about Baltimore defense forcing Deshaun Kaiser to throw the ball a lot. Let's talk about the receivers.
Okay.
Of course, Terrell Pryor is no longer on the Browns.
How do you do that?
What wide receiver for the Browns is going to have to step up? Is it going to be Corey Coleman, or is it going to be someone else?
Because of his big body, Kenny Britt.
Because
of his size. Just because of his size. I like Corey Coleman, but I just don't think I think what's going to happen is they're going to have him run. They're going to Deshaun Kaiser running a lot. So when you run a lot, I'm just going to throw the ball up out of just fear. So because you have a big body and Kenny Britt,
throw it up to that big guy.
I'm just going to throw it up. Now, if I had to choose a wide receiver, which I would not start any Browns fan. I'm sorry, Browns fans, but not this week. I do, like I said, I was Isaiah Crowell as just a flex only. I would not start Deshaun Kaiser either. I would just go ahead and go with Crowell, and then Britt, no. Coleman, no. Crowell, a flex only. That's just my thought, because I think, and it's at Baltimore, guys. That's the other thing. This game is in Baltimore. It's not in Cleveland. They play better in Cleveland. I don't see a lot of running room. I don't see a shutout. No, I think they're going to have some late scores.
It's going to be a very low scoring game.
And the Browns look good against the Steelers.
Yeah, they always do.
I know.
And with Le'Veon Bell, had like I said, Le'Veon Bell had no reps in. He held out until the last. He wasn't fresh. So therefore, you got to lean on Ben Roethlisberger, who had a decent game. He had about 260 something, some touchdowns. So therefore, yes, he was able to carry the load. But that's not really Steelers football. The game is ran by, you know who, Le'Veon Bell.
All right, next game on the Sunday lineup: Buffalo at Carolina. Who do you like for Buffalo?
You got to go with Shady and
Shady McCoy.
You got it. I mean, you can't go wrong with Shady McCoy. He's going to get you. If you're in the standard league, yes, he's going to get you some yards. But PPR league, that's double the fun. Push per reception. You're going to get rewarded by him. Tyrod Taylor, I'm still on the fence with him because he's still battling injuries too.
He didn't play. He got a few points last week,
and that was against the Jets.
The Jets.
You see what I'm saying? And you got Luke Kuechly that's looking across from you.
Yeah, they play the Carolina defense in that one.
I'm not really liking that. Here's the thing, though. I'm not sure if Jordan Matthews is going to come, if he's going to be able to come and make an impact in that wide receiver core. He has to, because if not, Charles Clay is your number one wide receiver, and he's the tight end.
Yeah,
that's problems. And Luke, he can handle that. That Carolina defense, they can handle that.
Oh, they're strong, man.
And it hurts the Bills even more that they traded away their top receiver, Sammy Watkins.
I don't know why they did that.
Right. So, but on the offensive side with Carolina, I mean, Cam Newton, because I think he can have a bounce back year. I like his potential. Now you got the two-headed monster in McCaffrey and Stewart.
McCaffrey had a nice little opening game.
I like how they're using them. They're not. They're using both of them as how they did with Stewart and what's his name that they used to play for? Williams. Williams that used to play for Pittsburgh. So they had that two-headed monster now with them two. Wide receiver wise, oh man, you really can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with the wide receivers. It just left my mind. the wide receivers, but nevertheless, Greg Olsen, that's the number one. Even he's a tight end. That's who you want to go with first, and you can't go wrong with him.
All right, real quick before we go into break, Cam Newton last week didn't put up a lot of points. Do you start him against Buffalo?
Yes.
All right, there's your answer.
Yes. We'll get back into some more fantasy football. We have some more games coming up after the break. You're listening to More Doom on Sports, presented by ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio.
Broadcasting from the Score On Air studios at the Ohio Media School in Columbus, Ohio. Your home for all the latest sports news and talk. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Nasty's Sports Bar in Reynoldsburg is under new management. Located at 6150 East Main Street, the home for Taco Tuesday is rejuvenated and the home for great food and family fun. Nasty's Sports Bar is a great place for happy hour, serving $2 domestics, $3 glasses of wine, and $5 appetizers. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 614-864-2827 to find out the daily specials. Nasty's. Great food, family fun, with a cool name.
Listen to ScoreOnAir.com for your chance to win. Every Friday, we will be giving away a prize pack, and here's how you can qualify. Send us a message with your name, phone number, email, and date of birth to our Facebook or Twitter accounts. Just search Your Score on Air, or you can call or text any of our live shows at 614-641-0674 and tell them you want to win. It's that easy. A new winner will be selected every Friday at 7 p.m. This is your home for the new generation of sports talk radio and weekly prize giveaways. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
I'm Jake Safranco with your Sports Doc Minute, brought to you by the OHSAA and the Ohio Media School. Now here's the Sports Doc, Dr. Chris Stankovich.
Does your son or daughter struggle with nerves when it comes to competing in sports? If so, it's important to know that this is perfectly normal. In fact, professional athletes struggle with the very same anxieties that your son or daughter does while competing. Nerves are a result largely because of cognitive appraisals, and what that means is how we perceive things often dictates how our bodies will respond. You might want to think of this as fight or flight. In fact, when I work with athletes, I ask them, do they view pressure situations as challenges or do they see them as threats? If they view them as challenges, they often gain confidence, sharpen their focus, and become even more motivated to succeed. But if they see the situation as threatening, that's when anxiety creeps in and usually compounds matters. So it's important that you look at skills that can help, including deep breathing, using imagery, and reminding your child of the importance of positive self-talk.
This has been your Sports Doc Minute, brought to you by the OHSAA and the Ohio Media School. Enrolling now, visit BeOnAir.com.
Matty Ice here, proud alum of the Ohio Media School. Are you looking for a new career? Not just a job, but a fulfilling career? If you want to work in media, radio, television, sports broadcasting, or film and video production, you need to check out the Ohio Media School's Columbus campus today. Their updated radio and television broadcasting program will even have you ready to work in a field you'll love in just 8 months. Stop by the Ohio Media School's audio and video studios today to see it for yourself. Visit BeOnAir.com. That's BeOnAir.com.
You like talking Buckeyes?
Yes! Oh my God!
So do we. Just not all the time.
We're home for the largest variety of sports talk. This is the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Football is back.
And the Score has you covered.
Are you ready for some football?
The new generation of sports talk radio breaks down every game.
Are you ready for some football?
Only on ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Football is back.
And the Score has you covered.
Are you ready for some football?
The new generation of sports talk radio breaks down every game.
Are you ready for some football?
Only on ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Do you like talking Buckeyes?
Yes! Oh my God!
So do we.
Just not all the time.
We're home for the largest variety of sports talk. This is the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Get off the field, big fella. You trash, big fella. He don't need big fella. Get off.
That's our new bumper?
No, that was actually somebody else's and just kind of interfered with ours, but I liked it.
I liked it too. All right, you're here back with more Doom on Sports. I'm, of course, Brandon Doom with Kevin Moore and Lawrence, the fantasy football doctor.
Yes, yeah.
Coming back with more fantasy football, who to start, who not to start. Arizona at Indy. We talked about this during the break.
Ooh.
We agree, Arizona at Indianapolis, nobody. Carson
Palmer, maybe. Larry Fitzgerald, that's it. Indy.
Two
nobody.
old dudes.
Two old dudes.
Indianapolis, no one.
No, don't even think about it.
The Titans at Jacksonville.
Titans, Mario, obviously. The running back from I definitely like DeMarco Murray for sure. Jacksonville, Fournette, that's it.
I like Fournette. He got 100 yards carrying last week, 10 points for your league. Pretty solid day.
Very solid.
Your team, Philly at Kansas City.
I love that matchup. Cannot wait. So here it is. I mean, Carson Wentz, he's a stud. And I'm not speaking as a Philly fan. Okay, yes I am. So Carson Wentz, he's a stud.
He's a homer.
And I like the offense. I mean, Alshon Jeffries, even with right now there's some injuries in the secondary with Kansas City. I like him right now. On that side of the ball in Philly. Now on the opposite side with Kansas City, I mean Kareem Hunt. Hey,
fantasy stud last week.
He's a stud, man. I mean, he has me worried. Him and Tyreek Hill, speed kills in the NFL, and I believe them both is going to have a nice game. I'm not going to say Kareem's going to have a New England type of game. I give a lot more respect to the defense for the Eagles, but what worries me is Tyreek Hill, because with Ronald Darby out right now, the cornerback from Buffalo that we just traded for, he's out for 4 to 6 weeks. That worries me. We don't have the speed to run with him. So, and you got Kelsey. I really like Kansas City all around. Running back, tight end, wide receiver. I would play them all. But when it comes to the Eagles side of the ball, I just really like Carson Wentz, Alshon Jeffries. That's really it. I'm not really sold on the running game.
You don't like blunt force trauma?
I don't. I really don't.
Right. Moving on to Kevin and I's favorite matchup of the week, 1 p.m. CBS, New England at New Orleans. I'm going to be a homer. New England, if you have Gronk, start him.
Yep.
Brady, start him. Brandon Cooks, start him. Mike Gillislee, start him. New Orleans, though, Breeze.
Yes.
New England's defense didn't impress last week, so Breeze is probably, unfortunately, going to torch him again.
Mike Thomas is going to have a nice game. The problem is, which running back from New Orleans are you going to start? I wouldn't touch any three of them. I know you in a 12-man league, you probably have to start Ingram or Peterson. Maybe in a 14-man league, but anything other than that, I would not touch not one Saint in the backfield.
Nah, I agree there, because I have no idea who's going to be starting for us, like actually on the field. And so with them starting, only going to get like 5-6 carries anyway, so you're not going to get nothing out of them in fantasy. They're not going to get you no touchdown, because we're going to get in the red zone and we're not running the ball.
If you have New Orleans kicker, I guess.
You're right.
Yeah, our kicker, he was busy.
He's right. And he has a strong leg. So, and that's one thing about Drew Brees. He's going to get you in the red zone. So, but you need a solid running game to be able to punch it in, and I don't know. I really don't know.
I heard they're going to try to utilize AP more as a punch-it-in running back on the goal line, let Mark Ingram, and I can't think of the other running back, get up the field.
Who's this new rookie? I mean, Kev, I know you know more about your team.
Yeah, it's Amara Kamara.
Okay.
You know.
He's the Darren Sproles, Reggie Bush, you said?
Darren Sproles. He's a small dude. He like 5'10", 5'11". He a little dude, but he explosive.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
He's explosive. He's going to catch passes for us. He's going to just give us a little spark. You know, Sean Payton likes to have a little player who can do a little bit of everything.
I remember on Monday night, he actually led the team in rushing, which was weird.
He had 6 rushes.
Yeah.
But they still lost to Minnesota, who next week plays at Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow. That's going to be a great matchup. Because then you have Pittsburgh at home.
Against who everyone thought last year was the resurgence of the Purple People Eaters.
Right.
Minnesota, I think, if you have Stephon Diggs,
Yes.
he impressed last week, you should probably start him. Sam Bradford?
I don't know.
I'm
not sure. If you I'm in a 2-man league, so therefore, would I start him? I would start him over Carson Palmer. I would start him over Carson.
That is
Palmer.
not a crazy take.
And that's, but nevertheless, I on the Minnesota side, I mean, the rookie Dalvin Cook, he's phenomenal, man. I think he can run on Pittsburgh.
He's
I
amazing.
think he can run on Pittsburgh. And Stephon Diggs and Kyle Rudolph as a tight end, I like him. I like him because I go back to the not Super Bowl, but the AFC Championship. I mean, granted, Bradford is no Tom Brady, but they had trouble, in the secondary, and granted, Minnesota has good, wide receivers, tight end, and also Minnesota have a good offensive line when they want to play. You follow me? They did great Monday night. But Pittsburgh, Le'Veon Bell, he has a good week, game time. I think he has a nice day. PPR.
Get the Browns game over with. It's
over with.
Behind you now. You got to come out and step it up against the Vikings.
We're stating the obvious. Antonio Brown, yes. Jason. Those are the obvious. Yes, you're going to start. You know what?
You got a sleeper?
Not really. Like I said, I was thinking Jesse James. I was really thinking that because they spend so much time on Antonio Brown, but you remember Wheaton's back now, so I'm really going more him than James to see how that looks. So, like I said, stating the obvious, my sleeper, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Wheaton. There it is, book it right there, Kev.
Wheaton, yeah. What's
okay,
next,
rounding. Oh, you want to say something?
No, go ahead.
What's
the next pick?
Rounding up the 1 p.m. games, Chicago at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's playing their first game of the year, of course, because of the devastating hurricanes in Florida.
Yeah. I hope everybody's okay in Florida, too.
Prayers go out to everyone in Florida right now.
Yeah, man.
But Chicago, they hung in there last week against the Falcons.
They sure did. They made a late surge.
Falcons are overrated.
Obviously, they blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl.
I don't mean they're overrated because of that.
I'm still peeping out the Bears. I really don't know. I really don't know. Right now, everybody's high on the new running back. Everybody's looking at
Tariq Cohen.
Tariq Cohen. He's your scat back now. They really like it, but he's like 5'6" or something like that. He's real small, but nevertheless, I also like. You really can't go wrong with. Their receivers took a hit. Kevin White is now out for the season.
Yeah, which is going to play into Tariq Cohen because now they're going to use more play option out of the backfield.
Right. So I really don't like too many people for Chicago. I'm just being honest with you. I think it's going to be a Tampa Bay run over. So Mike Evans, Jameis Winston, I like them.
Okay. Cool. Real quick, I'm going to throw something out to you guys real quick. Everybody listening, I know I have my boy on here asking what the number. I put the number in the link to call in. We have something to give away. I'm showing you guys here for the Facebook Live. Everybody streaming on YouTube, you can see it here. This is a banner, I believe, right, Doom? It's like a banner.
Yeah, I think it's a wall.
I thought it was a bag.
A flag.
But all you Buckeye fans out here, got a nice banner signed by the great James Laurinaitis and Chris Beanie Wells. If you want this is your last. Well, not your last day, but Friday's going to be the day we're giving it out. But you got today and tomorrow. Call in. Doom, go ahead and give them the number where they can call in and win.
You can call or text in to Score on Air at 614-641-0674. Again, the number is 614-641-0674. So text that number, enter your name in to win a signed James Laurinaitis, Chris Beanie Wells, Ohio State flag. Banner, flag, I don't know. You can hang it up on your wall, frame it, put it outside, let it get ruined. Doesn't matter. If you win it, it's yours.
It's been signed.
It was signed live. I was there, too, with James Laurinaitis when he did it. He's a nice guy, by the way. His football knowledge is incredible. Doom, we got about a minute left. What's one more thing you want to get into?
How about that Dallas and Denver game? What do you think about that?
That's why I'm repping my.
I see you repping that.
The only Dallas jersey I have, Tiki Barber.
Shout out to my boy Larry Hamner, who's a huge Dallas fan. But nevertheless, I really think that Dallas is going to go in there and upset Denver. And you know why? Because of Zeke. You can run on Dallas. I mean, you can run on Denver, not too much pass because they put pressure on you.
What a crazy turnaround for Dallas. You think you're going to lose Elliott for most of the season,
and now he's back.
You're thinking this is going to be a tough year. Now he's back. Now I think the Cowboys win that division.
Yeah, and go on the road in Denver and win. So, and far as on the Denver side, C.J. Anderson, I think he looks healthy.
He's still a solid back.
I'm not sure about Simeon. I'm not sure about the quarterback. I mean, Demaryius Tom. I mean,
you don't like Trevor Simeon?
I'm not really sold because.
Do you like Trevor Simeon?
Not against Dallas. Not this week against Dallas. No, not this week against Dallas because I was really impressed. Okay, mind you, they didn't have Beckham, but they put a lot of pressure on Eli and they struggled. So I think it could be the same way in Denver.
Real quick before we go into break, San Francisco at Seattle.
Easy. Everybody Seattle.
Yeah.
And maybe high. No, not even high. Everybody Seattle, that's it.
All right. Those are some good expert picks for us right there. We're going to go to a commercial break. I appreciate you guys listening. When we come back, we have some more NFL for you. We're going to talk about some Week 2 games, what we're expecting coming up, and, a lot more. So, tune in after the break.
The field, big fella. Your ankle's been broke, big fella.
Well, welcome back to the group chat. That was some amazing fire going on in this studio. With the instructor and the Pittsburgh Rob and this Joe Hayden situation. I'm just like sitting back and listening. I don't know because I didn't watch football last 3 years of Joe Hayden, so I can't get into it. But I can get into some Kyrie Irving and some Thompson, Isaiah. Is it Isaiah Thompson?
That's not too bad.
Do you like talking Buckeyes?
Yes! Oh my God!
So do we. Just not all the time. We're home for the largest variety of sports talk. This is the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Broadcasting from the Score On Air studios at the Ohio Media School in Columbus, Ohio. Your home for all the latest sports news and talk. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Are you a sports fan? Do you have a mobile phone? Great, that's all you need to stay up to date with ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio, with original talk shows starting every 2 hours, covering every sport from every angle.
From basketball
to hockey
to martial arts.
Fantasy football.
We cover all Ohio sports. Just go to ScoreOnAir.com or download the TuneIn Radio app and search Score On Air. You'll be part of the action in no time. Whether you're stuck in traffic, at the grocery store, studying at the library, anywhere for that matter. Tune in anytime to get your sports fix. Follow us on social media or go to ScoreOnAir.com for even more original content, including play-by-play of local high school and college games, sports articles, and podcasts. ScoreOnAir.com is your home for the best analysis, coverage, and lukewarm sports takes. The best part, we're broadcasting live right here in Columbus.
Oh, wait.
I.O.
ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio.
The Score.
Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School.
You're listening to the home of heart-pounding, adrenaline-pumping sports. Broadcasting from Ohio Media School in the greatest city in the state. In the greatest state in the country.
In the greatest country in the world.
You're listening to ScoreOnAir.com.
This is Bob McElligott, the radio voice of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and you're listening to the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Football is back, and the Score has you covered.
Are you ready for some football?
The new generation of sports talk radio breaks down every game.
Are you ready for some football?
Only on ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
The new generation of sports talk radio. Here's your ScoreOnAir.com Score Center update.
I'm Jake Sofranco. Last night, the Cleveland Indians broke a team record for consecutive wins with their 15th in a row. Corey Kluber struck out 13 on his way to his 15th win of the season, and Edwin Encarnacion hit his 33rd bomb. Here's Tom Hamilton with the call, courtesy of WTAM.
Swung and blasted, deep left field, at the wall, leaping, Delmonico can't make the catch. This ball's out of here, into the White Sox bullpen, and he's done it again. Edwin Encarnacion with number 33.
The Oakland A's won 20 in a row in 2002. The all-time baseball record is 26 by the 1916 New York Giants. The Tribe will be looking for number 16 tonight when they return home to take on the Baltimore Orioles. First pitch from Progressive Field is 7:10 on Sports Time Ohio. Last night was opening night for the NFL as the defending champion New England Patriots received their rings and then received a butt-kicking courtesy of the Kansas City Chiefs. The final was 42-27 with rookie Toledo product Kareem Hunt recovering after he lost a fumble on his first NFL carry for a remarkable 148 yards on 17 carries and 98 yards on 5 catches to go along with his 3 touchdowns. The rest of the regular
Welcome back to more Doom on Sports. I'm always Brandon Doom, your co-host, along with Kevin Moore and Lawrence, the fantasy football doctor.
The doctor. The doctor. So, I told you guys before we went on break that we was going to talk some more NFL, and I have that for you. Doom, what game you want to talk about first?
Well, we're going to talk about both primetime games, the Sunday night game and the Monday night game. Kind of Sunday night, Monday night. Green Bay at Atlanta is a Sunday night game. Rematch the NFC Championship.
Ooh.
I'm really excited for this one. This one could go either way. It could either be Atlanta, after losing their offensive coordinator, they're going to stink it up. I don't think they will. Well, Green Bay's going to come in with a chip on their shoulder. They got humiliated last year in the NFC Championship game. It's at Atlanta.
And they had a bad week 1, too. Their offense really didn't do anything. I know they played a tough Seattle defense, but still, I think they're going to be looking to really put some points on the board this game.
I think it's Atlanta this time. Not this time.
Again?
I like Julio Jones. I'm always going to think same thing from a fantasy perspective. But nevertheless, I mean, Julio Jones, he's tough to guard. I mean, you got that two-headed monster in Coleman.
The Falcons really didn't impress against the Bears either.
It was, they was in Chicago. It might have been windy that day.
A little windy, a little chilly. Couldn't hold on to the ball that well.
Yeah, this one can go either way. I just think that, remember, Atlanta's playing at, they're at home now. I think it's Atlanta again.
Their first game in their brand new stadium.
They're not going to do what New England did.
Come on, man.
Hey, I want to go with. It's a tough game. I'm going with the Packers though, because Aaron Rodgers is just.
I think I'd have to go with the Packers too. New offensive coordinator, Kyle Shanahan's out.
A close, high-scoring game.
Closer, high-scoring.
I said it's going to be close, and I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think both offenses are going to improve on what they did last week.
Well, Packers didn't impress last week. They only scored, 17 points?
Mm-hmm.
They kicked more field goals. They only scored one touchdown through Jordy Nelson. However, once again, that was Seattle defense. We're not playing against Seattle defense, so I see a lot more high scoring, like Kev said. I see a high scoring game. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. I'm thinking Atlanta is going to go Atlanta's way. Last minute turnover. You know how Aaron Rodgers is.
Yeah. I think Green Bay wins. The game I'm looking forward to, equally. It's like trying to pick a favorite child. You can't. They're both really good games coming up. Detroit at New York. Again, New York, their offensive line just looked like a bunch of turnstiles against the Cowboys. Detroit impressed against the Cardinals.
I'm not too high on the Cardinals, though.
The Cardinals are always your desert, pick 'em early team for Super Bowl favorites. Quarterbacks that go out to Arizona, they seem to lose a couple years in age. Kurt Warner went out there, took him to a Super Bowl. Carson Palmer went out there, he's playing well. But now the Cardinals, they're back to being, basically the NFL retirement home. And he threw, I think, 3 picks. So Arizona, probably overrated.
Here's my thing, dude. Here's my question. Which Matthew Stafford you want so?
I think it's going to be one motivated by money.
If you have a Matthew Stafford and you have the same thing with Eli, which Eli want to show up? And is Odell Beckham going to play? So that's a hard one for me to pick. If Odell do not play, I'm going Detroit. If Odell Beckham plays, I still may go to Detroit because how healthy is he?
That's a good question, but I think it's more of doesn't matter if Odell plays or not. If that offensive line can't protect Eli, then I don't know how good Detroit's defense is, but if that O-line is weaker than
But no, Odell makes a huge difference, man. That team week 1 was just out there for no reason. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't move the ball. They didn't. Not only does he provide the offense, but he gives them a swag to him. He gives them that confidence, Like, we got Odell over there. And then everybody focuses on Odell. And then everybody else, all the other receivers, like, okay, he getting double team over there. I can, make a little move and get the ball now. And it gets everybody else going. And I just think that Odell just makes a huge difference on that entire offense.
He does. He opens up the offense for everyone because of just how elusive he is. So that's what I said. I don't know which. Back to the quarterback. Both quarterbacks are turnover prone. Matthew Stafford and Eli.
Eli more so really than Matt Stafford though.
So whoever makes the worst turnover is the one that's gonna lose the game. So your question, Kev, what you ask who's gonna win the game? Right now, until you show me different, I'm gonna go with Detroit.
I agree. What I saw from New York against the Cowboys shows me that they are not a very good football team right now. And I think Detroit, I think Detroit, with what they showed me against the Cardinals, is going to steamroll the Giants.
I'm not picking the Giants. I don't trust Eli. I never have. I was playing against Tom Brady. Then I got Eli Manning all day. But other than that, I think they're going to find their rhythm eventually. But this game, I think they'll compete a lot better, but they're not going to get the W this one. What's the next game for us, Doom?
Mid Sunday, our two teams. I've been wanting to talk about this all week. New England at New Orleans.
My New Orleans Saints are a good football team. Let me make sure everybody can see this. Make sure Facebook can get it, YouTube Live, everybody. The Saints are a very good football team. I'm not just saying that just because I'm a huge Saints fan. Like, honestly, we are loaded offensively. We just got to play it. Really, I think it's Sean Payton is our problem. He doesn't.
The coach?
Yes.
He actually said the coach is the problem.
You're calling out the coach.
I am. I called AP last night, and he was like, yeah, Sean Payton. I was like, I agree with you, man. it's not that he does a bad job. He's a great coach. I just think that his play calling at times is a little questionable. I'm not trying to put it all on him because that's not on the field, so we can't depend what's happening on the field. He's not on that defense that's atrocious, giving up all these yards. So if our defense could step it up and we can have better play calling on offense and give Adrian Peterson the ball, we'd be all right. We need you on here,
We're both homers. I was very sad boy Thursday night. They did not give me confidence going into this game.
Real quick, hold on, Doom. I remember when I texted you, Doom, after the game. I texted Doom after the Patriots lost, and he like, "Don't talk to me. I don't want to."
I was not. I told you I'm not in the mood.
He was so mad at me.
I have a lot of friends who know that I'm a Patriots fan, and that's very common knowledge. I got bombarded with Patriot memes and just very hurtful comments. So
I get the same thing with the Saints and with Ohio State. So it was all fun when I texted you, though, man. It was all in fun. But yeah, you got your Patriots winning. I'm almost 99% sure of it. You got the Patriots winning.
I have the Patriots winning. I'm sure you have the Saints winning. That's why we got our guy, the football doctor, in here to break the tie.
Well, before I break the tie, I'm just going to say this. So let's go into New Orleans, side of the ball. Drew Brees, he is who he is. Mike Thomas is phenomenal. And I really wish Willie Snead was in this game to make it even a more better game, with better words. But how then on the New England side of the ball, I mean, who's going to stop Brown? And then also somebody has to go 0-2. And then Kev, I'm just going to go by what you just said. I mean, you said about the coaching. If coaching is the issue, you got Belichick, who is the best coach in the National Football League in the last 50,000 years, almost.
If not one of the best coaches of all time.
So somebody's going to have to go 0-2. And if I had to pick, I'm going to lean towards on the Patriots side because they just do so much. And they have your ex-wide receiver who's going to look
Brandon
to have
Cooks.
a great game. So fantasy-wise, if you have Brandon Cooks, I would go ahead and start them with confidence.
Yeah, we have a history of having bad starts. Our last 3 years we've been 7-9, 3 years in a row. But our first three, we started off with 1-4, then 0-3 and 0-3. So we've been losing like every week. So it's just we're used to having bad starts. I hope that doesn't happen again. But real quick though, I wanted to bring up before we go to the commercial break. I just got a little notification on my phone. It says that the Chiefs quarterback Alex Smith expects to play for a new team next season.
Oh, really? For who?
I haven't opened an article yet. I don't want to exit my Facebook Live, but I just got it from just 2 minutes ago.
I don't. Maybe that's rumors. You said next year.
It says next season.
Next season.
They did draft Mahomes.
They did, yeah. But still, Alex Smith. And I see. You know how Andy Reid is, man. He is very somewhat loyal to his quarterbacks. I mean, all the way going back from McNabb. And then now even going with I don't. Well, we have to see what that looks like.
Doom, real quick before you want to go to a commercial break. Your thoughts
on Alex Smith's situation?
Yeah, potentially. He's saying that he might be playing for another team next year.
That brings up the question on who's going to take him. Who needs a quarterback right now?
That's the most silliest thing in the world. That was new. That's brand new information.
It literally just came up like a minute ago.
And he's thriving on the Chiefs. Is he going to go back to the Niners? He's thriving on the Chiefs. Why would he want to leave that organization right now?
Unless it's money related. I don't know his.
It's always money related.
So if it's money related, I get it.
We got to check it out. So we're going to go to a quick break. Doom, go ahead and send us a break real quick, please.
All right, you're listening to More Doom on Sports, the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com, The Score.
What's good, Big Game James?
How you feeling, D.O. Jr.?
My guy, I'm super excited. High school sports is starting back, man.
Man, I'm even more excited because we got this new show starting. Tell the people what we doing, D.O. Jr.
Man, we starting the Central Ohio High School Showcase, the COHSS.
That's right. We covering football, basketball, baseball, soccer, volleyball, and track and field. If it's in season, we own it.
Hey, you know we do this for the kids, man. You can listen live by going to scoreonair.com via the TuneIn app, or watch us streaming live by going to the Score On Air YouTube channel,
the COHSS, giving you nothing less, showcasing Central Ohio's best.
You're listening to ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio in Columbus.
Online sports radio, WSOA ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
The Score wants to make you, you, a winner. Each week, ScoreOnAir.com is giving away a prize pack that'll knock your socks off.
Ouch, hey, that hurt.
How? First of all, like us on Facebook. And every Monday, we will pin up a post to the top of our feed, updating you on what the week's prize and contest details are. Now here, take your socks back. A winner will be selected every week at 7 p.m. Friday on our combat sports show, Tyson's Punch-Out. So give us a call or text to get qualified. This is your home for the new generation of sports talk radio and weekly prize giveaways. Here's how to qualify. Message us on Facebook at Your Score On Air or Twitter, also at Your Score On Air with your name, phone number, email, and date of birth. Or you could just simply call or text any of our live shows at 614-641-0674 and tell them you want to qualify to win T-shirts, sporting memorabilia, and more. This is your home for the new generation of sports talk radio and weekly prize giveaways. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Are you a sports fan looking to expand your sports memorabilia collection? Well, First and Goal has you covered better than the Ohio State Secondary. First and Goal is your #1 place to find all the sports collectibles of your dreams. We are located at Polaris Fashion Place in Columbus and the mall at Fairfield Commons of Beaver Creek. Stop on in and you'll find autographed jerseys, helmets, photographs, and much more that will make you the envy of the neighborhood. Feel free to give us a call at 614-896-1016 for our store at Polaris, or call us at 937-427-4737 in Beaver Creek. For all your sports collectibles and more, it's First and Goal.
Hey guys, Matty Ice here, proud alum of the Ohio Media School. Get the training you need to get a job you will love. The Ohio Media School has classes in radio, television, sports broadcasting, and film and video production. Visit BeOnAir.com today to get started. That's BeOnAir.com.
Listen to ScoreOnAir.com for your chance to win. Every Friday, we will be giving away a prize pack, and here's how you can qualify. Send us a message with your name, phone number, email, and date of birth to our Facebook or Twitter accounts. Just search Your Score On Air, or you can call or text any of our live shows at 614-641-0674 and tell them you want to win. It's that easy. A new winner will be selected every Friday at 7 p.m. This is your home for the new generation of sports talk radio and weekly prize giveaways. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
I'm Jake Safranco with your Sports Doc Minute, brought to you by the OHSAA and the Ohio Media School. Now here's the Sports Doc, Dr. Chris Stankovich.
When we think of athletes like Derek Jeter, Kobe Bryant, or Tom Brady, often the first word that comes to mind is clutch. These are the types of athletes who seem to perform their best when the pressure is on. Did you know that clutch athletes aren't necessarily born that way? But what separates them from the competition is that clutch players are not afraid to fail. That's the biggest difference. In fact, they want the ball when the game is on the line. You know, in order to really solidify this point, you might want to go back to an old Michael Jordan commercial where he talked about not how many shots he made when the game was on the line, but how many times he missed. So it's important that we note, in order to perform our best in clutch situations, we have to want the ball in those situations, and we cannot be afraid to fail. Otherwise, we will fail in clutch situations.
This has been your Sports Doc Minute, brought to you by the OHSAA and the Ohio Media School. Enrolling now, visit BeOnAir.com.
Broadcasting from the Score On Air studios at the Ohio Media School in Columbus, Ohio. Your home for all the latest sports news and talk. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Are you a sports fan? Do you have a mobile phone? Great, that's all you need to stay up to date with ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio, with original talk shows starting every 2 hours, covering every sport from every angle.
From basketball
to hockey
to martial arts.
Fantasy football.
We cover all Ohio sports. Just go to ScoreOnAir.com or download the TuneIn Radio app and search Score On Air. You'll be part of the action in no time. Whether you're stuck in traffic, at the grocery store, studying at the library, Anywhere for that matter. Tune in anytime to get your sports fix. Follow us on social media or go to scoreonair.com for even more original content, including play-by-play of local high school and college games, sports articles, and podcasts. Scoreonair.com is your home for the best analysis, coverage, and lukewarm sports takes. The best part, we're broadcasting live right here in Columbus.
OH.
Scoreonair.com, the new generation of sports talk radio.
The Score.
Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School.
The new generation of sports talk radio. Here's your ScoreOnAir.com Score Center update.
I'm Jake Safranco. Last night, the Cleveland Indians broke a team record for consecutive wins with their 15th in a row. Corey Kluber struck out 13 on his way to his 15th win of the season, and Edwin Encarnacion hit his 33rd bomb. Here's Tom Hamilton with the call, courtesy of WTAM.
Swung and blasted, deep left field, at the wall, leaping, Delmonico can't make the catch. This ball's out of here, into the
More Doom on sports. Welcome back. I'm Brandon Doom, and before we left the break, we're talking about some football. We're going to open up this next segment talking about the Buckeyes. All you Ohio State fans out there, yes, it wasn't a dream. Ohio State lost to Oklahoma. Next week, not next week, excuse me, this Saturday, Ohio State is at home against Army. But I want to talk about the disappointing loss on Saturday night. 31-16 in your house. Lose to Oklahoma and Baker Mayfield, that cocky little guy.
I hate Baker Mayfield for that. I hate him so much.
Well, he came out and apologized afterward, which I didn't agree with what he did, but I also didn't agree that he took back what he did because he did deserve that win. And to apologize it, I kind of thought was weak on his part. I'm sure someone probably pressured him into doing it, but you beat Ohio State, the number 2 nation or the number 2 team in the nation. You have a right to celebrate.
But not disrespectful like that. Waving the flag and then trying to plant it on our field, and I just didn't like it.
It was very disrespectful, but as much as I didn't like it, he did earn that. So, I want to talk about what happened on offense.
What happened on offense? I ain't seen nothing on offense.
That's what I want to talk about. Ohio State first half of the Indiana game did not impress. But Ohio State fans kind of live with that. We know Ohio State is a second-half team. They came out and steamrolled the Hoosiers, 49-21. Kind of thought that was what was going to happen in the Oklahoma game. 3-3 at the half. They come out. They give the ball to our boy, J.K. Dobbins, which we'll get to that too. They did not give him the ball pretty much for the rest of the game, but we'll talk about that now. They lose 31-16. The receivers, the Oklahoma defense, was it the receivers or the defense? The receivers didn't seem to be able to get any separation, and Oklahoma's defense just ran man coverage the entire time, and they fed off of that. And on the offensive side, too, they fed the ball to J.K. Dobbins, ran down the field, and scored early in the third quarter, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the game, Dobbins didn't get the ball that much.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me. J.K., like you said, had that great opening drive, got us a touchdown, and then we just stopped feeding the ball, like, for no reason. He wasn't hurt. It was nothing. They just decided we're going to start throwing the ball more, doing different plays. We couldn't move down the field at all after that. I don't know why we stopped giving J.K. the ball. It beats me. And like you said, with as far as the receivers go, I think it was more our receivers weren't getting open than the Oklahoma defense. I don't think Oklahoma defense was that good. Like, they're decent.
They're not a bad defense. Just Ohio State's receivers weren't able to get any separation. And I want to talk about JT. I know Ohio State quarterbacks, I don't know where I'm going with this, but he has not impressed at all these last, not even games, I want to say a few years. Yes, he's one of the best quarterbacks in Ohio State history, but he's not producing wins.
I think JT is a game manager.
I know we throw that term around a lot, but he struggles throwing down the field. And it ties in with play calling, too, because there were many a situation where, for some reason, Ohio State was calling quarterback draws, not handing it off to a running back, not passing it. They were giving JT the ball directly. Oklahoma's like, gotcha. We know that was going to happen. They love doing that. They've done it with Braxton. They did it with Terrell Pryor. They have done it for years. They love running their quarterbacks. And JT is supposed to be a quarterback, not a running back. He's supposed to stay in the pocket, look for receivers that are open, which they weren't. And
so you want JT to be more of a pocket passer?
I want him to be comfortable in the pocket. He didn't look comfortable at all. And he doesn't seem to be comfortable passing the ball still, or comfortable with the receivers he has.
Well, normally he always has some receivers to throw it to. He doesn't have, a Curtis Samuel out there a nice playmaker who can do anything, who can get open, run the ball, catch it, create space. He doesn't have anything right now. So I think that then when the pressure gets to him, he's kind of panicking. He doesn't know what to do. So he needs help. But I think still, after he's been in Ohio State, he's a redshirt. He's been there for 5 years at OSU. He should be able to throw the ball down the field now, and not be panicking, not be getting confused when Oklahoma's throwing different defenses at you. He should be able to do something for us. I know it's not all his fault, but I still expect more from our senior quarterback.
Yeah, and I know we're fuming because Ohio State fans are spoiled, and we want them to win every game, every championship until we die. But we don't need a dog pile on JT because it's not JT's fault entirely. It is the defense who looked a little bit mediocre against Baker Mayfield and the Oklahoma offense. It is the receivers who didn't allow JT to shine. It's also JT not playing as well as he could have. It's the coaches not. That's what I want to talk about right now. Is the coaches. This seems to be the third year now, second or third year now that the offensive coordinator and the play calling doesn't seem to be working out. The play calling was terrible. Like I said, they fed the ball to J.K. Dobbins to open the third quarter, and they scored immediately. And then after that, it was just a bunch of quarterback draws, check down passes. Oklahoma scored a few touchdowns, and they started getting greedy, a lot of down the field throws, which we know JT isn't really good at throwing. I just don't understand the play calling at Ohio State right now.
I don't get it either, man. I was very disappointed. You don't want to see me during an Ohio State game, especially when we're losing.
You don't want to see me either. Trust me, my mom can attest to that. I become a very pissy person if I can say that on radio.
Yeah, I think you can. But oh man, it's bad. It just frustrates me. But yeah, I was watching the game and I just was like, what are we doing? Like the whole time I was like, what are we doing? Like we never got into a rhythm. We never looked like ourselves. We never were comfortable at all. I'm like, you're at home. You should be able to get into a rhythm, get a couple of good runs in. Maybe at least if you want to help JT out, throw a couple of little screen passes, a little short, slant routes or something.
Just a screen pass to JK, let him do what he does, get open.
But there was none of that. They were just the same predictable plays that we always do, and Oklahoma was ready for it. They did the research, and they capitalized on it.
Which I want to talk about this later. We will, about the Army game. But the interception that he threw when I believe they were down, I think it was 31-16, it looked like JT was going to scramble, and then he tried to squeeze it in there, and he got it picked off.
What did you think about that play?
I don't understand what's going on in his head. There's also a few plays, I think it was in the fourth quarter, when, again, he was scrambling and they were at the goal line. I think this is when it was 31-13, and he threw the ball and it almost got picked off again. again, it looked like he wanted to take off with it, and he tried to squeeze it into a receiver that wasn't open.
You got to have, like, a split decision. Like, if you're going to run it, run it. If you're passing it, pass it. You can't be running and then be like, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to throw the ball. You got to make up your mind and do it quickly. Like, Oklahoma defense was getting real quick, so you got to make a decision. I don't know why. He normally is a pretty good decision maker. So I don't know why he was. I think just that whole night was just frustrating him, and he just never got into his rhythm. And the more and more the game progressed, the less confident he looked, and the more uncertain he was with his moves. He didn't know what he wanted to do, how to move the ball down the field, and he just really just felt I don't want to say nervous, but he just felt uncomfortable.
He looked uncomfortable.
Yeah, the whole entire night.
Which looks good now, scheduling-wise, that we go up against Army. The offense can work out some kinks against a team that is not very good.
They're 2-0 though, man. Them Army Knights.
Except they've thrown 2 passes in 2 games for 17 yards.
That's almost like JT stats right there.
That's mean. Okay.
I'm sorry.
But I think...
I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
I think before we go into break, I just want to say this game is definitely a game that can get JT comfortable with the offense and also maybe let the coaches play. Not Tate Martell? He's not injured, is he?
No, he's good.
Yeah. Play some of the other quarterbacks on Ohio State's roster, see how they look.
And play, what is that? I can't remember the other guy's name. I think he's a freshman, the other quarterback we have.
I know it's
like Baskins or something. I'm going to know when we come back from break, guys. So we're going to go to a commercial break. I'm going to figure out who that quarterback is. I am mad at myself for not knowing who it is. But this is ScoreOnAir.com, and we're going to a quick commercial break. Thank you, guys.
This is Bob McElligott, the radio voice of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and you're listening to the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
This is Reeflog 18, and you are listening to Score on Air.
Do you like talking Buckeyes?
Yes! Oh my God!
So do we. Just not all the time. We're home for the largest variety of sports talk. This is the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score. Do you like talking Buckeyes?
Yes! Oh my God!
So do we. Just not all the time. We're home for the largest variety of sports talk. This is the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score. Do you like talking Buckeyes?
Yes! Oh my God!
So do we. Just not all the time. We're home for the largest variety of sports talk. This is the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Broadcasting from the Score on Air studios at the Ohio Media School in Columbus, Ohio. Your home for all the latest sports news and talk. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
This is Bob McElligott, the radio voice of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and you're listening to the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Nasty's Sports Bar in Reynoldsburg is under new management. Located at 6150 East Main Street, the home for Taco Tuesday is rejuvenated and the home for great food and family fun. Nasty's Sports Bar is a great place for happy hour, serving $2 domestics, $3 glasses of wine, and $5 appetizers, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 614-864-2827 to find out the daily specials. Nasty's. Great food, family fun, with a cool name.
Listen to ScoreOnAir.com for your chance to win. Every Friday, we will be giving away a prize pack, and here's how you can qualify. Send us a message with your name, phone number, email, and date of birth to our Facebook or Twitter accounts. Just search Your Score on Air, or you can call or text any of our live shows at 614-641-0674 and tell them you want to win. It's that easy. A new winner will be selected every Friday at 7 p.m. This is your home for the new generation of sports talk radio and weekly prize giveaways. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
I'm Jake
Trail.
Welcome back after that short commercial break. Guess what, guys? We're back. Before we get back into Ohio State football, coming up this Friday is the drawing for our autographed. It looks like kind of like a yard flag. I don't know.
Still don't know what it is.
It's a flag. It's an Ohio State flag. But running out of chances to enter your name in for this drawing for a signed Ohio State flag by James Laurinaitis and Chris Beanie Wells. Make sure you text the word SCORE to 614-641-0674. Again, the number is area code 614-641-0674. So, speaking of Ohio State.
Call that number, Mom, so I can win.
What was that?
I told my mom to call the number so I can win.
My mom she hooked me up with that last week. Before the break, we were talking about JT and the Army game. This is a good game to get the defense on their feet. JT more comfortable with the offense. Maybe let the coaches play around with some different quarterbacks.
The quarterback's name.
Dwayne Haskins.
I knew what it was.
Tate Martell is a true freshman. Dwayne Haskins is above him, so he's the backup. It was Joe Burrow, but he's out for the year.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to.
No, it's fine.
Get that.
We're definitely going into a cupcake schedule. Army, the University of Northern Los Angeles.
Look out! Gets past Manning.
My bad.
Come on, Kev. It's whatever. Army, UNLV, Rutgers, Maryland, Nebraska. So that definitely gives Ohio State a chance to fight their way back in the rankings, which I have on here on our sheet. Can Ohio State pull an Ohio State and sneak back into the playoff?
I think Ohio State can pull in Ohio State, because they're good at that. They've done it before. We're talking about that year that we lost to Virginia Tech, correct?
Yep.
That game broke my heart too, man. That Virginia Tech game.
Kind of not really reminiscent, but kind of in the way that they lost early in the year. Granted, it wasn't against the number 5 ranked team in the nation, but it was an early loss. Everyone counted Ohio State out. They fought their way back in. They just dominated the rest of the season, and they snuck their way back into the playoff. You have Army, UNLV, Rutgers, Maryland, and Nebraska before you have to face number 5 Penn State. That definitely allows Ohio State to gain some ground in the polls.
It does, and I think it will. And real quick, Doom, we have a hater in the comments on Facebook. Mr. Akil Wilson said both of our teams suck. So just want to throw it out there real quick.
Talking about NFL?
I don't even know. He didn't even specify.
If you're talking about NFL, Akil, all right, I'll give you that one.
You missed the NFL talk, man. You can't even talk about that now.
But if you're talking about NFL, the Steelers beat the Browns by 3 points, so be quiet.
Trash. But anyways, back to Ohio State and our cupcake schedule. I think this is going to be good for us to get the defense going, get them together. The secondary needs to get their act together.
Just get the entire team comfortable with playing.
The D-line's going to get a lot of action this upcoming week with that triple option coming.
Oh, I know. Army runs a triple option offense. That's definitely going to give the defense some problems, whether it's Army or not.
Triple option is always tricky. It's always tough to defend.
And it's not something Ohio State sees very often.
I don't even know what teams run triple option.
Army. That's all I know.
Army. But this will be good for us. We're going to, dominate these games. I want to see blowouts every one of these games. Get all the backups in. Let Haskins play. Let all the backup running backs in. How much is Mike Weber going to play? He hasn't really gotten too much running time.
If play calling continues the way it did last week, I see very little. But going into the cupcake schedule, I know I say cupcake schedule, and I know all of these teams that we have, Ohio State's going to be their Super Bowl. Army's going to play their tail off, UNLV, and then Big Ten play. They're always going to go after Ohio State. So Mike Weber, J.K. Dobbins, Mike Weber, the running game is solid, but it depends on play calling. Ohio State either needs to figure out if they're going to be a tough physical run-the-ball team or if they're going to try to force JT to make passes.
I don't think we should force him to make passes. We need to go ahead and stick with the run the ball down the field.
Ohio State has always been a physical run-the-ball-down-your-throat team, so that's why
there's no point in changing that.
It doesn't make sense to me why they just don't feed the running backs. But
and no, it's not JT's fault, Akil. He said JT got to go. I'm like, we talked about it a little bit earlier. You are late though, but me and Doom both said yes, JT is struggling a little bit and been missing some passes that he should, but his receivers aren't getting open for him. And
I know everyone, as fans of anything, mostly football, they want to blame the quarterback because they're the leader. They're the one that should be leading the team to victory. But football is a team sport. It's not just JT. JT's not the only reason Ohio State lost. It's the play calling. It's the coaches. It's the wide receivers not getting separation from their defenders. It's the defense not stopping Oklahoma. It's JT not playing to his abilities. It's the running backs. It's the entire team. So it's not just JT. I agree he's been struggling, but no, it's not just Barrett.
Right. And so, but what I think, Doom, about the Buckeyes is we're going to go ahead and we're going to run through these games, and then we have the thing about that I like about our schedule is that we have Penn State and Michigan both in the top 10 this year. We're going to go against them. If we can win both of those games, which I believe we will, then that can definitely help us out. We're only number 8 right now. It's not too far. We just got to at least sneak into that 4 spot. You know, it's top 4 to get into the playoffs.
And you've got some tough Big Ten matchup with Iowa and Michigan State. Now, they might not be ranked, but I think the committee will look at those teams and how well those teams are not ranked. What those teams' records are going into those games will help Ohio State tremendously. Because if Michigan State is like 0 and what would that be? 0-8, 0-9. That might not help. But Michigan State always plays us tough. So does Iowa.
Those are two teams that just, no matter what their rankings are, they're always tough schedules. They're always tough to beat. It's never going to be a cupcake. Iowa plays that typical Big Ten play. You know, they run the ball down you. They play great defense. They try to control the clock. It's like a pro-style offense. But,
so I definitely like Ohio State's chances to get back into the top 4. They have a good chance of facing an undefeated Penn State team on, now I'm forgetting my months, October 28th.
There you go, right before Halloween.
Right before Halloween. Halloween, Mom, not Halloween.
Your mom calls it Halloween?
My mom makes fun of the way I say things. Like I say raccoon instead of raccoon. Whatever. We're talking about football. Ohio State, yeah. I can see them by the end of this season. Again, barring any more losses. If you lose against Penn State, you're done.
Yeah, we have to go undefeated. There's no way.
We have to run the table the rest of the season.
Run the table, win the Big Ten championship, and then hope for other teams losing, which they will. Other teams will beat each other up during the next few weeks and the championship week. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We have a shot. We just got to keep winning, and these next 3 weeks we'll be able to really improve our offense and defense, which will get us prepared for these big-time games we're going to have up. So, Doom, you want to go ahead and lead us out real quick? We're going to finish up with these Buckeyes and take a little commercial break.
Of course. All right, after the break, we'll be talking more about Ohio State. You're listening to More Doom on Sports, the new generation of sports talk radio, scoreonair.com, The Score.
Matty Ice here, proud alum of the Ohio Media School. Are you looking for a new career? Not just a job, but a fulfilling career? If you want to work in media, radio, television, sports broadcasting, or film and video production, you need to check out the Ohio Media School's Columbus campus today. Their updated radio and television broadcasting program will even have you ready to work in a field you'll love in just 8 months. Stop by the Ohio Media School's audio and video studios today to see it for yourself. Visit beonair.com. That's beonair.com.
Do you like talking Buckeyes?
Yes! Oh my God!
So do we. Just not all the time. We're home for the largest variety of sports talk. This is the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score. Football is back, and the Score has you covered. Are you ready for some football? The new generation of sports talk radio breaks down every game. Are you ready for some football? Only on ScoreOnAir.com. The Score. Do you like talking Buckeyes?
Yes! Oh my God!
So do we. Just not all the time. We're home for the largest variety of sports talk. This is the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score. Football is back, and the Score has you covered. Are you ready for some football? The new generation of sports talk radio breaks down every game. Are you ready for some football? Only on ScoreOnAir.com. The Score. Do you like talking Buckeyes?
Yes! Oh my God!
So do we. Just not all the time. We're home for the largest variety of sports talk. This is the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Broadcasting from the Score On Air studios at the Ohio Media School in Columbus, Ohio. Your home for all the latest sports news and talk. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Do you like talking Buckeyes?
Yes! Oh my God!
So do we. Just not all the time. We're home for the largest variety of sports talk. This is the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score. Do you like talking Buckeyes?
Yes! Oh my God!
So do we. Just not all the time. We're home for the largest variety of sports talk. This is the new generation of sports talk radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
More Doom on Sports. I'm Brandon Doom, your co-host, along with Kevin Moore.
What's up, people?
But before we went on break, we were talking about Ohio State. I want to come back, Josh, just talk some college football real quick in general. Looking at the AP Top 25, you got Alabama number 1, Oklahoma 2, Clemson at number 3, USC 4, Penn State 5. I'm rounding out the top 10 here. Bear with me. Washington 6, Michigan. I'm sorry. That team up north, number 7, Ohio State 8, Oklahoma State, who I like as a college football playoff sleeper team, at 9, and Wisconsin at 10.
I like how you threw it in there about Oklahoma State.
I like Oklahoma State.
I do too. I like them to beat Oklahoma, but I don't like Oklahoma State too. I don't know. I gotta see their schedule, but they're a good team. I'll give you that.
They are currently 2-0, first in the Big 12.
2-0 doesn't mean anything. Still a lot
Oklahoma's 2-0 too. Oklahoma. Oh, okay, I have their schedule up. So far, Oklahoma State has beaten. Bear with me. Listen to these teams:
Okay.
Tulsa.
Ooh, Tulsa.
And the University of Southern Alabama.
Doom. I don't have nothing to say. Just they haven't played nobody, not a soul.
But they have Oklahoma State has Pitt, upcoming TCU, Texas Tech, Baylor, Texas, West Virginia, and then November 4th, they have the game against Oklahoma. So
they're going to lose against Texas in a game they're supposed to win.
They're going to lose against Texas? Texas lost to Maryland.
Like a game they're supposed to win, they're going to lose. Just because of college football and upsets happen all the time. And they're going to be mad, and they're going to go smash Oklahoma. And they're going to run on Baker Mayfield on the field, and they're going to slam the flag in the middle of the field. And they're going to rub it all in Baker Mayfield's face.
But I want to talk about your boy and what's going on with his team. They're 2-0. Of course, Lamar Jackson is impressing. He's already getting back-to-back Heisman talk.
He had 3 touchdowns passing and 3 touchdowns running the ball against North Carolina.
But Louisville as a whole, they aren't showing much. They barely beat Purdue to begin the year, and now, just last week, they only beat North Carolina by 12. So do you have much confidence in your boy, Lamar Jackson, going into Clemson, at home versus Clemson on the 16th?
I actually do. I'm very, very excited about this game. You want to how excited I am? I requested off of work just to make sure.
Just to watch this game?
Yes, because I love Lamar Jackson. Like, he's my favorite player. Like, my favorite player. I love Lamar Jackson. I requested off work so I can have all day Saturday off. I need the whole day to relax. Normally I work Saturdays unless it's like whenever the Buckeyes are playing. I normally play like right before they're playing, then get off. I'll ask for the whole day off so I can watch my boy. I need to prepare because he's going to beat Clemson at home. It's a night game. I think it's 8 o'clock if I'm not mistaken.
It is 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. He's going to go up and he's going to surprise a lot of you guys. Not me though. I know he's going to perform. Do you remember the game? You remember the game last year against Clemson?
Oh, it was close.
Yes, and
I watched the tail end of that game, and it was a good game.
His receiver was dumb and ran out of bounds. They're trying to get in the first down. And they should have won that game. And after that, they would have went to the playoffs and everything. But instead they lost. And Lamar got kind of frustrated.
Clemson went to the playoffs, and as the saying goes, the rest was history.
Yeah.
But
this year, he's coming back for a vengeance.
Oh, I believe it.
And he's not going against Deshaun Watson this year. So
I cannot even tell you who the quarterback for Clemson is.
Not sure either.
But regardless, ESPN gives Clemson a 68% chance to win on Saturday.
I like it. I like being the underdogs. You got it, Lamar. It's Lamar versus Clemson, and Lamar's going to win. He's going to go for
just Lamar Jackson against Clemson.
Yep. He's throwing the ball.
He's about to score 7 touchdowns.
Running it. He's doing everything. So, no, I believe in him. Honestly, I think that he's just such an elite quarterback, and what he's done, he's really improved his passing. I didn't think that last year he was a very good, pocket passer. I knew he was super athletic and could just run all over it and spin off of you and juke. He had crazy elusiveness. He was a great athlete. But now he's actually dropping back in the pocket. He's making accurate passes. He's throwing some deep bombs accurately, throwing some 40-yarders, hitting the receivers right in the chest. So I think that he's really, really improved over last year, and he's going to win back-to-back Heismans, and he's going to go at home and give his team the biggest win of the season.
First since Archie Griffin. You believe that? He's going to win back-to-back?
I honestly do. He's just such a phenomenal player.
You take him over the field?
Yes, I'll take Lamar Jackson over the field. I will bet my money on it right now.
All right. I don't know if you'll win much money because I'm pretty sure he's a Heisman favorite, but go ahead and put your money down. Now, I'm not condoning betting. But if you want to bet on Lamar Jackson to win back-to-back Heismans, go ahead.
I sure will. And you should too.
I don't have the kind of money to be throwing around betting on Heisman candidates, so I'm going to have to pass.
Okay. All right, fine. We can pass. He's a good passer, though, speaking of passing, very good passer.
I watched the North Carolina game, a little bit of it. He threw a beautiful pass in stride. I can't think of the receiver's name, but just walked into the end zone. Just a 50-yard bomb.
He's amazing. He's definitely an NFL quarterback. I thought he was just an athlete. He's an NFL quarterback. I'm not going to say how successful he's going to be, but he's an NFL quarterback. He's not J.T. Barrett. J.T. Barrett's not
no, he's not J.T. Barrett because J.T. Barrett did win a Heisman, and he's in the Heisman. Well, he is a Heisman candidate, but definitely not anymore. I was listening to the Ryan Russillo show today. They were talking about college quarterbacks that I think what I remember basically they were talking about college. If you could pick fantasy college quarterbacks and NFL quarterbacks, college quarterbacks who only play well in college, and college quarterbacks that look like they could play in the NFL. The ones that look like they could play in the NFL are Josh Rosen, Sam Darnold, guys that could take over an NFL team. And then there's the college quarterbacks, and they mentioned Lamar Jackson. His skills translate more to college football than they would to NFL, because it's the same way with Cam Newton, in the sense that Cam Newton in college and the first couple years of the NFL, he ran the ball a lot. And now the Panthers don't want him to run the ball anymore, especially since Cam is getting himself banged up a lot by running the ball. So, is Lamar Jackson an NFL talent? Absolutely. He's a stud at quarterback. But in the NFL, a team is not going to want him running the ball as much as he does.
I agree with you, and I think that once they tell him to slow it down and, you know, drop back in the pocket and, you know, look at his receivers, I think he'll be able to adapt to it. Cam Newton was able to adapt to it, you know. I think he'll be able to do it. He just has to be coached into it and work on it. But he's shown the ability to throw the football. So I think only time will tell, though, Doom. But I think I'm right, and you know I'm right, too.
I think you're right.
Thank you, Doom. We need to go to commercial break, and you're so great at going into commercial break, so why don't you do the honors, Doom?
All right. You're listening to more Doom on Sports with Brandon Doom and Kevin Moore, the new generation of sports talk radio, ScoreOnAir.com, The Score.
Broadcasting from the Score On Air studios at the Ohio Media School in Columbus, Ohio. Your home for all the latest sports news and talk. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Are you a sports fan? Do you have a mobile phone? Great, that's all you need to stay up to date with ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio, with original talk shows starting every 2 hours, covering every sport from every angle.
From basketball
to hockey
to martial arts.
Fantasy football.
We cover all Ohio sports. Just go to ScoreOnAir.com or download the TuneIn Radio app and search Score On Air. You'll be part of the action in no time. Whether you're stuck in traffic, at the grocery store, studying at the library, anywhere for that matter. Tune in anytime to get your sports fix. Follow us on social media or go to ScoreOnAir.com for even more original content, including play-by-play of local high school and college games, sports articles, and podcasts. ScoreOnAir.com is your home for the best analysis, coverage, and lukewarm sports takes. The best part, we're broadcasting live right here in Columbus.
Oh, wait.
I.O.
ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio.
The Score.
The new generation of sports talk radio. Here's your ScoreOnAir.com Score Center update.
I'm Jake Sofranco. Last night, the Cleveland Indians broke a team record for consecutive wins with their 15th in a row. Corey Kluber struck out 13 on his way to his 15th win of the season, and Edwin Encarnacion hit his 33rd bomb. Here's Tom Hamilton with the call, courtesy of WTAM.
Swung and blasted, deep left field, at the wall, leaping, Delmonico can't make the catch. This ball's out of here, into the White Sox bullpen, and he's done it again. Edwin Encarnacion with number 33.
The Oakland A's won 20 in a row in 2002. The all-time baseball record is 26 by the 1916 New York Giants. The Tribe will be looking for number 16 tonight when they return home to take on the Baltimore Orioles. First pitch from Progressive Field is 7:10 on Sports Time Ohio. Last night was opening night for the NFL as the defending champion New England Patriots received their rings and then received a butt-kicking courtesy of the Kansas City Chiefs. The final was 42-27 with rookie Toledo product Kareem Hunt recovering after he lost a fumble on his first NFL carry for a remarkable 148 yards on 17 carries and 98 yards on 5 catches to go along with his 3 touchdowns. The rest of the regular season starts Sunday. The Cleveland Browns will host the rival Steelers, and the Cincinnati Bengals do battle at home with the Baltimore Ravens. Both games are at 1 o'clock on CBS. Last night, the inaugural Ohio Media School Madden Tournament took place, and congratulations to champion Robert Morris, who took his beloved Steelers all the way to the title. Make sure to follow Next Level Education on Twitch for more great gaming content. And finally, the number 2 ranked Buckeyes will welcome the number 5 Oklahoma Sooners to the Horseshoe on Saturday. The Sooners are looking to repay the favor from last year as Ohio State went into Norman and trounced the Sooners 45-24. Kickoff is 7:30 on ABC. For all the latest scores, news, and highlights, keep it locked right here on the new generation of Sports Talk Radio. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Something special happened today, Indians fans. Huge thing happened today.
Very, very special. Doom, what happened today?
21. There's a reason that number's special. 21 consecutive wins. They are undefeated. The Cleveland Indians are in the month of September. 21 consecutive wins.
21. So we won 21 games and didn't lose one. Correct. I was just repeating it. I was kind of give you that little extra emphasis. You're supposed to be like, yeah.
21 victories in a row.
Incredible.
By the way, you're listening to More Doom on Sports on The Score. Yeah. Today at noon, the Indians played their final game against the Detroit Tigers. They were down early, 1-0. And then Jay Bruce hit a 3-run homer to give them the lead right back. So 21 wins in a row. Do you know how hard that is in baseball?
It's extremely hard. They've been sweeping teams left and right.
They have been sweeping teams left and right. And some games they're winning close, but most of them are blowouts.
Yeah, and and great pitching too. We had a lot of shutouts. I think you have the number of how many shutouts has been?
In this 21 games win streak, they've had 7 shutouts.
7 shutouts. That's hard to shut out teams. I don't care how bad you are. Shutting out a team requires great pitching. And great pitching, my boy Kluber.
Oh, no doubt he's going to win the Cy Young this year, right?
No doubt. It was close in the beginning of the year. Him and Chris Sale, is that his name?
Yeah, pitches for the Red Sox.
Thank you. So, yeah, before in the beginning, because Kluber didn't start off so hot this season, but lately...
Yeah, the Indians didn't start out hot this season.
Yeah, no, we had a very average start, But then we just caught fire. I think we just do such a good job at catching fire. Just like last year, we caught fire at the right time. It wasn't like this. It wasn't 21 wins in a row, but we caught fire going into the playoffs.
They had a win streak last year too, but I think they ride this one all the way to a World Series victory.
Yeah, we was one win away from it last year. So close. And I watched those games. I watched every single one of those games too. And I was devastated. I don't watch a lot of baseball in the regular season. I follow it, but I don't watch all the games. But
I don't know if I should mention this on air. I might get some ridicule for this. I don't watch a lot of NBA basketball during the regular season. I will watch like opening day.
You're one of those guys who just waits to the playoffs.
Unfortunately.
But you keep track of what's going on though and everything.
I have updates on my phone. Don't think I'm not keeping up with the Cavs and the NBA. I just don't have time to watch a lot of basketball.
So you're watching baseball instead?
Well, right now, since there's no basketball.
I'm the opposite. When basketball's on, I am watching the games. If I miss the Cavs game, I have a DVR. I'm going to go home and watch it, or I'll watch it the next day.
But the Indians started their win streak against the Red Sox. Like I was talking about, most of these games have been blowouts. They won 13-6. Then they had 3 shutouts in a row against the Royals, 4-0, 4-0, and then 12-0. 12 runs. Then they swept the Yankees, something they hadn't done in 30 years, at Yankee Stadium. 6-2, 2-1, and 9-4. A double header too. That's tough too. And then 4-game series against the Tigers: 3-2, 10-0, 5-2, 11-1. White Sox. Obviously, it's a sweep, 4-game sweep, 5-3, 9-4, 5-1, 11-2. Orioles, another shutout, 5-0, 4-2, 3-2. Then you get into this series, 2 more shutouts, 11-0, 2-0, and then today 5-3. There's your 21 games. 7 of them were shutouts.
They're just dominating right now. They're on fire. They're hitting great, pitching great. They picked the right time to go on this roll, and I'm so happy. So happy they picked now to do it, and they're doing the like I was telling you earlier, I'm glad they're doing the opposite of what the Giants are doing.
The Dodgers.
I'm sorry about that.
Well, the Giants, if we talk about them later, but the Giants are an odd year team. They always seem to win the World Series in an odd year. But yeah, the Dodgers, they started out the year hot. And now they won last night. Congratulations, you won a game after an 11-game skid.
Finally.
After an 11-game skid. So, I think we'll talk about the playoffs a little bit later. I want to talk about this Indian streak. I believe the start. I'm going to try to pull it up. The pitching has been phenomenal.
Yeah, it really has. We've got some great pitchers. Somebody I'm sorry, I'm not a baseball expert. I can't remember his name. He just came off the DL today. It was one of
Andrew Miller.
Yeah, so it's going to be good to have him back.
One of the Indians ace. It's not a word. Come on, Brandon. But yeah, the pitching. I
just hope that we all can come into the playoffs healthy, because last year, even though we made that far run, we weren't a healthy team last year. And we weren't supposed to make it that far. A lot of teams, they just see, they was in the playoffs, they lost 3-1.
No, they weren't supposed to make it in the playoffs.
We weren't supposed to make it at all.
They weren't supposed to beat the Red Sox, and they did.
I'm glad you understand, Doom, because a lot of other people didn't.
I do understand.
And I believe it was the first series. They played the Blue Jays. I went to Game 1 of that series last year.
I think it was the second series.
Red
Sox was the first series.
Then they played the Blue Jays, right?
Yeah. And then
I just remember I went to the game against the Blue Jays, and they won on a walk-off. It was 1-0. It was a very good pitching battle. And then a walk-off. And actually, I almost got the walk-offs. I was 3 sections beside not. So
you almost caught yourself a souvenir, huh?
Yeah, I was ready. I was like, oh, it's coming my way. It's coming my way. And as soon as it landed, I was like, oh, it's in the section over there. But it was close to me. I thought I was going to get it. I was excited. I had my brothers with me too. We all went to the game together. It was a fun time. We was all excited and laughing and screaming after the game was over with. I lost my voice that night. But yeah, go Indians, man.
The Windians.
So, since we're winning so much, Doom, all great things have to come to an end. When is this streak going to come to an end?
You're really going to jinx it?
I don't want to jinx it.
You're really going to talk about that right now?
If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to talk about it. We can just keep winning and then react to it whenever it happens. It's up to you, man.
No, we can talk about it. I've looked at the rest of their schedule. If it'll load here for me real quick, hold on. You have Kansas City again at home. Just swept them. Again, if the pitching can stay as dominant as it is, it's baseball. Nothing's guaranteed. The Indians every night have a chance to lose. They have a chance to win every night too.
That's just not even saying anything. Okay, we're just gonna keep on winning and hope
the win streak.
Best.
I don't want to say the win streak can come to an end because I don't want it to. But tomorrow you have Tomlin on the mound, and then Bauer, Carrasco, and Kluber. So,
oh boy, Kluber's pitching tomorrow?
Kluber is pitching on Sunday.
I'm about to say, he just got done pitching a shutout.
So, I think that Kansas City series brings you to 25. Then you have to go on the road against the Angels. And you have Clevenger, who just pitched today, will pitch the first game of that series. And then Tomlin and Bauer on Wednesday and Thursday. So do I think...
We're playing Kansas City this series, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow starts the Kansas City Royals. When will the streak end? Hopefully never.
Never.
Realistically, when will the streak end? When the pitching starts to slow. Which I also don't see happening because the Indians' pitching is the best pitching in baseball. The Indians also have the best, and also not very talked about, bullpen in the MLB.
Oh, yeah, we're deep.
So, we have about 18 minutes left here on the show.
You're correct about that. It's 9:42. We do have 18 minutes left. We go to commercial break at 9:45. No. I don't know. We're going to go to commercial break in a little bit.
I'll talk about the Indians. And then after we come back from break, we'll talk about baseball playoffs. But this is, like you said about the Dodgers, who have lost 11 in a row. They were the favorites in the National League to probably make it all the way to the World Series. The Indians definitely did not start out strong to begin this year. I believe at one point they were 500. Now they're 44 games above 500, 34 games above 500 now. They started off the season 3-0. They swept Texas, and then they started a skid at the All-Star break. Around the All-Star break, they were only 7 games above 500. Now they're 90 and 56.
It's ridiculous. Well, we have like the second or third best record in the league right now.
Overall in baseball?
Overall, I know we're top in the American League.
I believe the Indians are 2. The Dodgers, amazingly enough, even with an 11-game losing streak, the Dodgers still have the best record in baseball right now.
That just shows you how hot they were.
How hot they were. Yeah. Now they're incredibly cold. Kershaw got torched a couple nights ago, I believe in the 8th game of their 11-game losing streak. So I know everyone's hot on the Dodgers. They have some of the best pitchers in baseball, but I don't see it in the NL. The NL, we'll talk about this coming up after the break, about MLB playoffs. But congratulations, Indians. You broke the Moneyball Oakland Athletics winning streak record at 21 games. The Oakland A's are at 20. The all-time winning record is 26. Technicality, that was in 1916. The New York baseball Giants, not football Giants, they won 26. One of those games was a tie. Of course, we don't have ties.
It
we don't
count
have ties in
a
baseball, so it should be 25, but it's 26.
I don't even know how they did that. Like, did it get too dark where you couldn't see or anything? Like, how do you have a tie?
Well, that tie actually changed baseball forever because the next year they took out ties in baseball. So,
good.
Going to go to break here real quick. You're listening to More Doom on Sports, the new generation of sports talk radio, ScoreOnAir.com, The Score.
What's good, Big Game James?
How you feeling, D.O. Jr.?
My guy, I'm super excited. High school sports is starting back, man.
Man, I'm even more excited because we got this new show starting. Tell the people what we doing, D.O. Jr.
Man, we starting the Central Ohio High School Showcase, the COHSS.
That's right. We covering football, basketball, baseball, soccer, volleyball, and track and field. If it's in season, we on it.
Hey, you know we do this for the kids, man. You can listen live by going to ScoreOnAir.com via the TuneIn app or watch us streaming live by going to the Score On Air YouTube channel,
the COHSS, giving you nothing less, showcasing Central Ohio's best.
You're listening to ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio in Columbus. Online sports radio, WSOA ScoreOnAir.com, The Score.
The Score wants to make you, you, a winner. Each week, ScoreOnAir.com is giving away a prize pack that'll knock your socks off.
Ouch, hey, that hurt.
How? First of all, like us on Facebook. And every Monday, we will pin up a post to the top of our feed, updating you on what the week's prize and contest details are. Now here, take your socks back. A winner will be selected every week at 7 p.m. Friday on our combat sports show, Tyson's Punch-Out. So give us a call or text to get qualified. This is your home for the new generation of sports talk radio and weekly prize giveaways. Here's how to qualify. Message us on Facebook at Your Score On Air or Twitter, also at Your Score On Air with your name, phone number, email, and date of birth. Or you could just simply call or text any of our live shows at 614-641-0674 and tell them you want to qualify to win T-shirts, sporting memorabilia, and more. This is your home for the new generation of sports talk radio and weekly prize giveaways. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Are you a sports fan looking to expand your sports memorabilia collection? Well, First and Goal has you covered better than the Ohio State secondary. First and Goal is your #1 place to find all the sports collectibles of your dreams. We are located at Polaris Fashion Place in Columbus and the mall at Fairfield Commons of Beaver Creek. Stop on in and you'll find autographed jerseys, helmets, photographs, and much more that will make you the indie of the neighborhood. Feel free to give us a call at 614-896-1016 for our store at Polaris or call us at 937-42 427-4737 in Beaver Creek. For all your sports collectibles and more, it's First and Goal.
Welcome back. More Dhume on Sports, talking about some MLB baseball with Brandon Dhume and Kevin Moore. Of course, more Dhume on Sports, new generation of sports talk radio, scoreonair.com, the score. Playoffs. MLB baseball is wrapping up soon. Last few weeks of the season. Well, that's August there, bud. That's also the Clippers calendar there.
It says Kluber, though, right up there.
Cool.
You see Kluber?
I do see Kluber. You know, the Clippers are the Indians minor league affiliate.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah, MLB playoffs. I believe the Indians pretty much have the AL locked down. They have the AL Central one. Their magic number to clinch is 4 games. I definitely think they'll get that. And then
maybe.
Maybe. They might get those next 4 wins in the next 4 days. So, but the rest of the American League, you have the Astros, who used to be in the National League. The joke of the NL Central, getting beat up on by the Cubbies, the Cardinals, the Reds, moved to the AL.
They lost to everybody.
They moved to the American League. Now they could be contenders for the World Series. So,
it's all about that American League. That's what it is. Can't win in the National League unless you're Dodgers.
So your American League winners: Red Sox in the East. The Yankees are 3.5 games back out of first. The Red Sox have a little win streak going. They've won, 1 game. I believe they. Yeah, that's a tiny win streak.
It's a win streak.
Oh my goodness! And Internet Explorer stopped working.
It's okay, man.
Indians wrap up the Central, and the Astros have the West. National League, I believe, is up for grabs. The Cubs don't have a huge lead in the Central. The Dodgers, obviously, are on that skid.
They're okay.
The Nationals are the only ones that have clinched their division in the East. So, the Dodgers clinched.
After you win all those games, I think you're pretty good there. Yeah.
Dodgers clinched a playoff berth. They have not clinched their division yet. So,
what if they just keep on losing all the way into the playoffs?
You're just a hater. You don't like the Dodgers?
No, actually, I hope they do good. Actually, my little league team I played for like 3-4 years was the Dodgers, so I like the Dodgers actually. So go Dodgers.
So it'll probably be Red Sox, Indians, Astros in the AL, NL, Nationals, Cubs, and Dodgers if the standings stay where they are. The wild card right now in the American League is the Yankees and the Twins. If that stands, they will play in a 1-game elimination. I like the Yankees in that game.
I do too.
In the National League, somehow, again, going to quick shout out to my aunt in Arizona if she's listening, the Diamondbacks. They're in a wild card spot. Who would have saw that? Just like the Astros in the Rock. I don't know. She's an Indians fan, so I'm sure she cares more about the Indians' win streak than the Diamondbacks in a wild card spot. But yeah, Diamondbacks and Rockies in the wild card spots in the National League. So I don't know. I think me having family in Arizona right now, I'm a little biased toward the Diamondbacks, and especially since they're playing good baseball right now, I like the Diamondbacks in that elimination game. If we're gonna we've made a few playoff predictions.
That's right, man. We got a few minutes left, so only a couple minutes actually.
There's nothing stopping me from being a homer. The Indians made the World Series last year. They signed Edwin. Oh my gosh, I need water. I need water. My mouth is dry. I'm having trouble talking.
I don't have any water in here, man. Oh, I brought water. I ain't.
It's in my car. Indians made the World Series last year. I don't see them slowing down anytime soon. They easily, I think, if they can beat the Red Sox last year, they can beat them this year. I believe the Astros are really the only team that could give them a scare. especially with the Astros offense. They have 145 run differential. The Indians have 222 runs, so that shows you how much of an offensive powerhouses those two ball clubs are. National League, I'm not sure. The Cubs, I don't think they're your Cinderella. They won it last year. I don't believe they're barely over 500. I don't think they make it back to the World Series. Nationals, I don't know what it is about teams in Washington, but they always seem to choke in the playoffs. The Capitals in hockey, probably the best team in hockey, except for the Penguins. I don't see the Nationals making it to the. So it's either the Diamondbacks or the Dodgers, and I really don't have any faith in any teams in the NL. So my guess is as good as yours. Your guess is as good as mine. I believe it's Indians in the World Series against pick anyone in the National League.
Indians and Dodgers.
Indians and Dodgers?
The Dodgers will figure out how to win again. They figured out at the beginning of the year, then they forgot for a little bit.
You know, I'm going to go with a Cinderella story. I think it's going to be a wild card team is going to take out one of the juggernauts in the National League. I think it's Indians, Diamondbacks.
Okay, because it's Arizona.
No, more because again, you come back to the Dodgers had lost 11 in a row. They are skidding at the wrong time. The Indians are hot at the right time. The Diamondbacks, they've played well all year. Their bats are hot. The Cubs, I don't have faith in. Maybe that's just me being a Reds fan too. I don't like the Cubs. The Nationals, I don't have faith in. So I don't have faith in any of the division leaders. I like the Diamondbacks. Indians, Diamondbacks. That's your World Series from Doom. Wrapping up the show here.
Yeah, and my last two was, Indians and Dodgers. And we'll see when's the World Series? What month?
October.
We'll see in October. Who's right? So, Doom, since I suck at closing and opening stuff.
You don't suck at closing.
He told me that I sucked at closing. So.
You read too much into my comments.
So, Doom, go ahead and exit us out of here, man.
Thank you, everyone who is listening out there. We thank you very much for your support. Make sure to tune in next week. You're listening to more Doom on Sports, the new generation of sports talk radio, scoreonair.com, The Score. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Broadcasting from the Score On Air studios at the Ohio Media School in Columbus, Ohio. Your home for all the latest sports news and